hello. Okay, Republique, we are.
Do you see me? Wait. Please, I need your help. I don't have much time. They want to erase me. They want to erase who I am. They're coming.
Let's allow.
Who defaced the pages of this manifesto? This is a disaster. This is poison. Who fed you this poison? It was the librarian, wasn't it? That snake. How did nobody see these being distributed? Cooper, get us some water. Sovereign water from the commissary. Go! Where is it? Not the defaced manifesto. Where is it?
Oh,
Tell
there's the
me,
witch.
or I'll tell them.
But you are them. I don't know what you're talking about.
Child, where is it?
Where's what?
I did not call for Prizrak.
Our computer scrubbed the word poison. I have to check it out.
It's not like that, Derringer. I can handle this precal myself.
Look, I need to know if someone's poisoning the food and water supply in this place.
I'm talking about this, you idiot. Poison for the mind.
It's just a manifesto.
Not just. It's been contaminated. These are the words of Zager.
Zager is dead. But I guess we could dig him up and shoot him again. Anything else, Murray?
What? That's not enough?
The girl's infected. Found reading contraband. Third offense. We are taking her
I
to
didn't read
calibration.
I'm
anything.
in charge, Jill Derringer. You will put her in a confinement cell. There will be no recalibration without my authority.
Fine. Just do it before the arrival. And watch your step.
What's your step?
All right. Board games. Some kind of prison.
You ever shut up?
Bring her a blanket. I don't want her freezing to death before tomorrow.
Is there birds? Oopsie.
Hurry up!
Good evening, citizens of Metamorphosis. As we make our final preparations, we must be extra vigilant. Recent events have brought us the capture and killing of a man whose sinister, disgusting actions caused no small amount of grief. You know who I am referring to. I will not speak his name again. But even though he has been eliminated, other threats remain. Just tonight, another treasonist was attempting to infect the minds of our youngest and brightest with lies, masquerading as divine text. This neo-apostate will be dealt with in the same manner as the one who inspired him. Keep a watchful eye out for our Republic, my friends. And in return, she will watch over you.
Cooper. Cooper. You're still here. You have to help me. They're going to hurt me. Recalibrate me. She's probably watching me now. They say I'm infected, contaminated for reading something I wasn't supposed to. Can you help me somehow? Can you help me get out of here?
So I am Cooper, okay. Or does she have a phone? What happened if I
The
didn't?
cameras. Can you see me? You can see me in there. Yeah. What's the difference? There's no way you can help me from there. You're just another pair of eyes watching me.
You don't know my capabilities.
Did you do that?
Oh yeah.
Did you open the door?
Yes, I am.
I don't know who you are or how you're doing this, but somehow you found a way into this place.
Oh.
Can you help me find a way out?
She called me
Okay,
Cooper, and then
let's
she
go.
said she don't know who I am. That's weird.
This hiding place looks good.
Hello. My name's Cooper. I am the one who returned the phone to the girl. I am using text-to-speech because it is too risky to use my real voice. Enter OmniView to move from one camera to another and scout ahead. Help the girl stay out of sight from the guards, and steal from them when they are not looking. Good luck. I'm sure you can hack it in this place. That was a joke, by the way. Sometimes my humor gets lost in translation. That was a joke, by the way. Sometimes my humor gets lost in...
Alright. Cooper. Booted helper, okay.
A good reminder. Use the cameras to see what's in the next room.
bit is big.
Looks like one of my colleagues has left a pin code sitting out for everyone to see. I long for the days when basic common sense was a prerequisite for gainful employment.
Alright, continue with the guard station.
So you get hooked like, I mean, she'll like automatically kind of go around to there. And, you know, so if you get her to, if you click there, she'll automatically kind of go around to that spot. And so I can use a trigger to kind of jump to this next one, but otherwise the player's got to go to this one to get a scope on this particular space.
Okay, cool.
The fewer cameras that there are, honestly, I think the better manual like feels and becomes.
I totally agree, but I don't know. I still
Like I'm gonna have some like switching, and I'm gonna try and like, you know, do it in an intuitive way. Obviously, if Hope gets off screen, that should be like a good case for that occurring. So I don't have an answer currently.
Is that not an auto switch right now?
Yeah, this basically I updated all the cameras and I didn't update the triggers, so some of them won't be working.
Good, is it? Mm-hmm. Right. So she's right over there. So she's probably here. Let's see how we can play this one.
Sanchez,
Yes, madame.
don't forget to give her the sodium thiopental injection.
Yes, madame.
There's a Prizrak.
I once spent some time stuffed in a locker. This may surprise you, but I wasn't very popular in high school.
They won't find me. I should be safe.
Recently, the children in Metamorphosis have become more brazen in their attempts to take things from the Prizrak. Surely, this was Zager's influence.
Is it possible to add some flickering to this light above the lockers with some movement? That's cool. Nah, if you don't want to do it, it's fine.
Dude, it's been a recurring thing that we want.
Dude, it's okay.
This is the 8th time.
I don't have to deal with it.
But you don't think it'd be awesome?
A flickering light here and there, flickering right here and there.
You don't think it'll be awesome?
So look at this stuff.
Whoa, wait, no, I want to look at that thing over there. Go back.
What was that?
Hand left.
What is that?
It's the reflections using a different part of the texture. It's pulling like the lock. That's wild. All right, sorry.
So the locker that was like awkwardly right there.
I like it. This is good.
Put it right there. It's kind of framed a little better. Players see it a little easier.
Yeah, I think it's great, man. And
pushes them towards that corner more easily when they are going here. And they can switch to that.
Sorry, I'm interrupting your flow.
No.
Can you go back to the camera?
Yep.
Like I'm working with these tutorial posters right now. What if we put one on the wall here?
That'd be great.
And it like says like, you know, watch your step, or like
Check your wash your hands.
Yeah, wash your hands.
Wash your...
Or like, you know, check your corners or whatever, like to guards, like so they don't bump into each other. It just shows that, and like it's a hint.
Yep.
I don't know if
No,
you
I think it's a great place for. I think it's
Yeah.
a great place for a poster right there.
All right, new POI. Let's have a meeting about it.
All right.
Look, pepper spray. Nothing.
Yeah, but how do I steal?
P0 at the ready. Equipping P0. Let's see what he's got on it. Got it. Equipping P0. Nothing. Found me a good spot. They won't find me in here. Pepper spray here. All right. Good thinking. They won't find me in here.
Got him. Zager killed in firefight with Prizrak. The depravity of this man was boundless. Best to remove the comments section for the online edition and change shot dead by Prizrak to killed in firefight by Prizrak. This way it suggests he was given a sporting chance. When the surveillance video of this day surfaces, and it will, it's going to require major surgery if they want it to look like justice.
Last month, a precal got their hands on a canister of pepper spray. They blinded a loyalist Prizrak during routine inspection.
They won't find me in here.
Wait for it. See if we can steal from him. We can as well.
They won't find me in here.
Come back.
I found a cassette. They won't find me in here. Arming pepper spray. Going into Rick's pockets. Got it. They won't find me in here.
Right on time. Okay, can take that. And then keep moving.
Can you open this box?
All right.
P0 at the ready.
Despite being obnoxious, this poster makes a valid point. The girl is less likely to attract attention if she walks softly. Recently, the children in Metamorph The Prizrak waged their campaign against Zager from this very room. The following conversation was recorded 2 months ago.
Listen, Prizrak, calling the man a menace doesn't give him the credit he deserves. Put another team on scrubbing through the footage.
I will, sir. Though so far the camera network hasn't been terribly effective.
Zager's a human being, not some phantom. He casts a shadow like the rest of us. And I'm giving you more than you should need to find him. Now, should that prove too difficult for you?
No, sir. I understand. Watch your step.
don't know. About introducing the taser here, I'm worried if like we're introducing too many things at once, like too quickly. So I actually think personally, I think it'd be kind of cool to have like another pepper spray in there, and then by that point, good players will have 3, which is maximum but the amount they can carry. And then because the thing I like about having pepper spray up front is that it's not too powerful, so players are getting in the mode of like, okay, this is a stealth action game, unlike MGS4 or whatever, that I can't power my way through by attacking, and I have to be stealthy. And so they have like these struggles moving forward all the way to like maybe like the demon server, and that's maybe we're like in that panic where maybe we have like something exactly like this with like the taser, and then we give them the taser and they also have distractions, so they can go back through playing digital way or like physical way. And that way, like they feel like they're getting that reward, because I don't think we've spent enough time where it's like, man, the pepper spray is good, but it's kind of weak. I wish I had something more powerful. I don't think we've given them that time to kind of lust for that kind of item.
The paranoia is warranted in this case. A precal once found the key to the armory and stole a dozen tasers. It took 7 Prizrak to finally bring him down.
Where did you go? Good idea. We can recharge here.
Collected contraband is up by 47% in recent months. For a secure location, you would be surprised by what we find in their pockets.
Welcome to my domain.
Hey there, you just found a data broker terminal. These are located throughout the facility. Any data you collect by scanning items in OmniView can be traded to the data broker in exchange for new Omni abilities. Omni abilities are valuable tools for gathering information and assuming control of the girl's environment.
Listening on voicemail messages. Leaving so soon.
This is a battery charging station. Certain Omni abilities will drain the battery on the girl's phone. You'll see her battery life displayed in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. Direct the girl to any recharging station to juice up. This is a
Good idea. My battery was getting low. Equipping P0. P0 at the whip, okay.
My eye!
I'll check his pocket. Nice. Equipping P0.
Bring up the threat level. Threat level is returning to normal.
A fingerprint scan. It would be terrible if this got into the wrong hands. They would have a lot of power at their fingertips. Hint, hint.
This is Quinn Derringer. We've had another instance of someone screwing with the generator over at the power station. I ordered that fingerprint reader installed a week ago. I want it done today. Is that understood? Call me back when you get this. And I suggest you give me the news I want to hear.
Arming pepper spray. Let's see what he's got on him. Got it.
Welcome back. Sorry to see you go.
Gentlemen, I am not going to explain this to you again. Mireille Prideaux can hem and haw all she wants, but that is not in charge of security. I am. You transfer copies of the children's fingerprints to my secure server, or you can consider yourself reassigned to the graveyard shift.
What are you selling? Leaving so
Equipping
soon.
P0. Do you see the door there? That's where I have to go. If I can get to the library, I can find the librarian. He can protect me.
Hey, Clark, you can sleep in your desk. Come on. Derringer wants us to lock up the atrium.
I had a dream I won the lottery.
Yeah? What was the jackpot?
10,000.
You gotta dream bigger than that if you want to buy your way out of here.
Now's our chance. Let's go through this door. Can you hack the door?
Okay, how does it sound? Dear Mr. Derringer, after mentioning this to you in passing, I wanted to send you this letter reminding you of my sincere desire for advancement. I believe I have a lot to offer, and in my current position, I will not be able to demonstrate my true potential. Plus, it's boring. Whenever you have time, I would love the opportunity to discuss my moving to the day shift at greater length. Sincerely, yada yada yada. How's that?
What do we do now?
Hello. It is Cooper again. You need to upgrade your software at a demon server to open this door. Then the girl can enter the library. The nearest demon is in the commissary, on the other side of the dorms. The dorm is a big place, so I have updated your map with this waypoint to the server in the commissary. View it by selecting the map icon on your phone. Be careful.
What are we looking at now?
The atrium.
You're not gonna stay and help us, Jeremy?
For the atrium.
Dude, you gotta be involved in this one. Come on.
You gotta be involved in the atrium. You should just sit down and get comfortable.
Just relax, man.
It's good.
Help us.
I was just telling them, Ryan, I got the Mondays, so.
You did?
I'm good to just hang out.
Yeah, they started.
I ain't gonna sleep, man. I just,
Yeah, dude, I had a hard time sleeping last night.
I don't have anything, like, huge to work on anymore. I don't have, like, these huge hero areas I can gack out on.
Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. Like,
It's good, but it's still, like...
let's get to the mode of making it better.
This is what happens after heroes, like, finish the quest. They just, like...
That's how I feel, man.
They lose their purpose.
They just came back from the war.
Right.
Just can't relate to anyone
Just
anymore.
have to put you down eventually.
Put me down?
Okay. Do we like this beam?
No.
Look up.
Well, like the camera being
I mean, I don't. It's hard to say because I don't know.
We can't say anything about the cameras yet because art only came online for this space middle.
Right. Yeah. I'd like to see a camera pass first with the new art.
All right.
I've been spending 5 days doing collision to recover from basically. So Jeremy's done a nice job of arting up the space, and it's still a little it's all shifted off of the gray boxes Angio to make it compensate for the new art prefabs and such. So it's a very long and time-consuming process because it's such an intricately and elaborate space that I have to adjust all the collision by hand. So that's probably going to encompass a couple more days, and then after the collision is done, I can actually do a camera pass.
There is an ideal we all live by. A pillar upon which all our collective hopes and aspirations are stacked, extending upwards towards a glorious future. We create symbols to give these ideals power, to remind us to look up, to look forward. Today I give you that symbol with an expectation of the greatness it will inspire. We must remain open to all things, while still vigilant against the corruptive forces working around us. Let this symbol be our beacon through the long night, and let it stand as a testimonial once we reach the light of the sun.
We initially have this space blocked off so they go up, correct? So between, like, this space here, between the two statues, are we gonna put like a velvet rope, or how do we want to block it off?
That's right.
Oh, right.
I forgot about that.
I think velvet rope. Velvet rope.
Velvet rope looks nice. I always like laugh at those in games and get frustrated.
Yeah, everybody does, but I think that people just kind of accept it.
Yeah.
I'd say it's a bigger problem if we were like a game with Vault.
Right.
Or things
Yeah,
where you're
that's
scrambling over stuff and you're like,
Okay, let's just do a velvet rope for now. And if playtesters say something.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it would be great if we had some water coming out of that thing that she's holding. You know, like a nice little stream here.
Great for now.
Yeah, like add some nice atmospherics to the room, like sound wise too.
You serious?
Yeah. Do you think so?
It just terminates into the dirt beneath her, or what?
Yeah, yeah.
There's a hidden grate down there.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody knows. Yeah, right. You can almost see it, right? Like the water coming down. Yeah.
We'll see how our performance is. I'll make a note of it, though.
Right. Doesn't have to be too elaborate, you know?
Yeah, it wouldn't be that hard. It just comes down to the draw calls.
You know, it'd be really cool, too. Like, I think we did this way back, where there was, like, water coming off of it, you know? But it's not like a waterfall. It's just
water's running across it.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, yeah.
Like, really, like, subtly, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's like probably a shader that goes across the whole thing, right? Anyway, these are just ideas.
to report. Got my post secure.
Arming pepper spray. Equipping P0. P0 at the ready. Arming pepper spray.
Settle down, children, settle down. I am as anxious as you are to acquaint myself with Miss Prideaux. She is a most welcome addition to our Republique. And to that end, I would like to present her and all of you with this small gift, a symbol of longevity and the relationships we look forward to watching take root.
Thank you so much, Headmaster. As one who will be so singularly focused on the well-being of these young, bright minds, I am truly humbled. I cannot express how sincerely I am looking forward to getting to know each and every one of you.
I'd like to have a item under the around the reception desk. I mean, wouldn't it be badass to have like some kind of like reason to go in there?
I like that too because we've got the
books.
The books, and that'll be a
nice little
balance.
Risk reward.
Yeah, we can put it on his desk. It's a tiered desk, so you can put something in.
What's up?
You mean you want to send Hope in there?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say there's POI in there if you switch to the other camera. It's like 3 POI.
Like I feel like maybe pepper spray.
I think we should start putting more pepper sprays through.
We have pepper spray in the adjoining confinement room, but we can put more in, like one on the desk.
Where's the first opportunity for getting pepper spray?
Would be in this space on the to the left here, and this confinement room off to the side. There is a pepper spray in there.
But they're one-time uses, and from what I saw, the playtesters they liked it when they did use it, and I think we can increase the number of pepper sprays that we have in the game.
I think, yeah, contextually too, it's like if it's his desk and it's among the clutter of his desk, you can just grab it.
I like that so are they one-time use now? I think that's better because now it gives us more opportunities to have items around them.
I like it, yeah.
We can specify as many as we want to put down. Like we can put down stacks of 1 to 3, how many we want to put in the world.
So you cool with adding a pepper spray behind that?
Sure.
I'm thinking making
the reception desk.
Making them all be one pickup per, and then letting you stack, a fair number.
Like stack to 3.
It would be kind of maybe by his water bottle right now in the corner of his desk right here.
Yeah, maybe 5.
What, 5?
Yeah.
Veggie, that's like 5 get out of jail free cards.
But that's only people who are hoarding. From what I've seen, a lot of people would be using these things earlier.
Veggie, you don't believe in the power of 3?
My only concern is somebody's already at their cap, and they keep coming across these, and they can't pick them up. But it's not a big deal.
That's good.
It's not a big deal.
If they've got 3 and they're not using them, I feel like they should be.
Are you cool if we try max of 3?
3, yeah.
You guys cool with that?
All right.
Zager's secret compound discovered. Inside the rat hole, sources say pornography, drugs everywhere. Zager almost certainly had other hiding spots. Even Derringer suggested as much to me the other night in a, interview. I'm not printing this, of course. Makes him look bad. Makes them all look bad. You can't be perceived as having crack security when a crackpot is living in your walls rent-free.
Prizrak, I just received an alarming message that 933W was seen leaving the library wearing one of our uniforms. He may be heading back your way to find that girl he's been crushing on. Notify me immediately if the actions of any of our agents seem in the least bit suspicious to you.
What have you got?
Equipping P0.
Nothing to report.
P0 here.
Nothing going.
Arming pepper spray.
Check in.
Equipping P0. Let's see what he's got on him.
Over there.
Help!
now. Minor prisoner patrol notes. Three email exchanges. Sorry
My
to see you go.
battery was getting low.
We have observed you spending a great deal of time in the library recently. Perhaps I should ask the librarian about these indiscretions. Did he give you the poisoned manifesto? If not him, child, then who? Speak! I have been put here to shepherd you. But you must accept that help, or we will both face the consequences.
This email was sent more than a month ago. The precal in question, 933W, is still at large. It seems the librarian has been flagged for suspicion of distributing the poisoned manifestos. I hope the girl finds him before Derringer does.
Good idea.
Back to peddle your wares.
We can recharge here.
Anytime.
Good idea. My battery was getting low. Good idea. We can recharge here.
All's quiet here.
This is the girl's room. 390H. Of course, this isn't what she calls herself.
H. My dear, my inspiring pupil. I know you're not accustomed to gifts, but this is more than just some trinket. It is a secret between you and I, and it cannot be shared until we are both ready. So I will keep the key for safekeeping until the two of us agree to open it together. Until then, I hope you will treasure its beauty as much as I do you. And when you gaze upon it, I hope your thoughts will be of me.
Hey, Fishy, you hungry? Here you go. What does the world look like to you? Fishy, I'll tell you a secret. I like a boy who lives on the other hall. The one we call Weep. He sits beside me in history class, and he's adorable. I'm too shy to talk to him. I'll take this. Pyramid flags flutter in the wind. His voice carries above them, singing a promise to lead these men to honor, protect, and love them. From his garden perch, he keeps us secure against the forces of evil. He spares our minds the hollow allure and fraud of Zager's upheaval. The Republique stands and will for all time, safe from ruin or disaster, because he is watching out for us all, our noble and wise headmaster. Equipping P0. Going in for the steel. This might come in handy. Got it.
Situation is clear.
Look what your arrogance has wrought. You are destroying the things that make your life meaningful. You are doing this to yourself. And unless you tell me where you have hidden that manifesto, I will accelerate that which you have already chosen to inflict upon yourself. Prizrak, take this precal to confinement.
All's quiet here.
The Zager cassette.
Everything looks good.
Arming pepper spray. Let's see what he's got on him.
Situation is clear.
Going in to pick his pockets.
Hmm.
He's got me.
I can't see!
I would add stolen cell phones to that list.
Hey, I'm arranging one of the tech crews to run a full diagnostic of the metal detectors in the facility. But I want you to oversee the work on your station personally. There are too many potential hiccups that could be had in the commissary. And with the arrival approaching so quickly, I'm looking to you to shore up the weakest link. If you need any additional resources, you let me know.
Get that threat level up.
Equipping P0. I'll check his pockets. Nice. I'll hold on to this. Good idea. My battery...
Threat level normal. Proceed with caution.
Look, pepper spray.
To peddle your wares. Longer prisoner patrol boats. Leaving so soon.
Good idea. We can recharge here. All right. Good. Thank you.
What have you got?
Equipping P0.
Check in.
Going in for the steel. Got it. I'll take this.
If the girl needs to circumvent a room full of Prizrak, the vents are a good way to travel.
Good idea. My battery was getting low.
The kitchen's gonna be awesome.
So what would you do? Is there like just make confinement cells somewhere out in the boonies or something?
It would just stick off the side of that right there, because currently there's nothing out in that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, it'd probably be, do you mean like just copying a confinement, putting it there, then adding a door? Yeah. It wouldn't be that hard to do that, honestly, so if that's something you guys wanted to do, we can.
Yeah, it'd be great, because it prevents the player from having to go multiple rooms back.
One mind-blowing thing I want to throw out there is one of the players who playtested our game based off of the initial cell being Hope Cell, and then seeing a confinement room, got the impression that there's going to be like different rooms that they're locking you in, and he liked that idea. So I thought, what if we had them lock her in the food
So this one's up here is like a little storage closet. Just put a
walk in. Terrible.
No, but we did have somebody who, when he went to the second one, he wasn't sure if it was the same place or not. Because it looked the same. I don't know. I'm thinking that we might want to go more like adding other visual elements to it.
That's an interesting idea.
We talked about like the decal on the floor to identify it's like a different confinement.
Which room? Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, at least on the art side, like, and we've discussed it too, is we need to find. I don't know when this is going to happen. We need to find time to start making prefabs out of those pieces that are in confinement because they are looking very samey. I need to figure out like how to kind of redefine those a little bit and make it more interesting. It's just a matter of time.
You'll let them by the end of the day, right?
So again?
You'll let them by the end of the day?
Yeah, on everything else.
Yeah, man, I wish we had that. It's been on the back burner for a long time.
And the thing is like making prefabs like out of those rooms or out of the pieces in the rooms. It's an undertaking. Like it's easily like a week task.
Yep.
I'm pursuing the subject. Captive is in confinement.
The girl must feel a strong sense of deja vu, but fortunately you have been down this road before too. Each confinement room contains a power unit in case of power failure. Find the unit to open the door. It is in a different location inside every room, so check every corner in Omni View. Find the unit. Each confinement room contains a power unit in case of power failure. Find the unit to open the door. It is in a different location inside.
can reach...
To peddle your wares. Sorry to see you go.
Nothing to report. Have a quiet night.
Equipping P0. Let's go for the steel. I'll be taking this. Got it. Equipping P0.
Clear.
I'll check his pockets. I got something.
I mean, it makes sense that, like, also for like a banned book here, that they're, if they're like, the kids are not supposed to be reading or whatever, but the guards are in their break room.
Yeah.
Seems like a good place for one.
Could also control, like, you know, where the guard stops at. Like, he can come over here and, you know, hang out more at this for a longer period of time, and then, you know, the other guy goes into that area to give you time to, if you time it right, you come through here.
Yeah. So there was going to be a tablecloth on the table. Like, I don't know if you plan on using that for cover. I assume this is like a cover.
Yeah, that'd be great, because, you know, as it is, it's kind of useless for us.
Like,
it
I'm
doesn't-
hiding.
like, it doesn't- Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Alright.
I don't know if I'm convinced about 2 guards, though.
I think the only reason I'm alright with it is because there's a conference cell right before it, and it is like the last sort of encounter space before you get to a bigger break in the gameplay. So, like, I think it's difficult, but it might be an appropriate place to make things difficult. But we would really, I think, need to use lighting and whatever else to feature the event.
And I still want to support like 3 ways through here: going through the vent, using distractions, or walking through here by timing.
Okay.
Like those are the 3 things that
Okay.
I like to support. Same thing in the metal detector.
Right.
You can time it, you can use distractions, or you can disable the metal detector and go through that way. So there's 3 routes through.
All right.
That one as well.
Quiet.
Good idea. My battery was running low. That's more than I can carry.
Bridge rack checking in.
To value your wares. Leaving
You've
so
got me a good
soon.
spot. I should be safe here.
This is a battery.
We need to find a screwdriver. We'll need a screwdriver to open this vent.
Everything looks good.
The door.
How are you out of your cage?
Marie.
I gave you a stay of execution, and this is how you repay me.
Marie is coming.
Well, those flickering embers of clemency have gone cold.
There must be another way out of here.
That file is dead, and so have we. So are you when I get down there.
There must be something you can do.
Before we can look to the future, we must look to the one who will lead us there.
The Overseer secures the bonds between us all. Only let him serve, and you will be served in return.
So if we have 6, 7-ish puzzles in this dining room, that if you hack the panels, it just flips the paintings. There's something on each side, and then you have to basically, there's like a hint, maybe there's like a quote.
Actually, you know what it could be is if we have 3 on the left, 3 on the right, and then 1 over the fireplace. The one over the fireplace you can't flip, but there's something in there that's the clue to
Yeah, I was thinking
all
that's
the
like
other
written
ones.
on there or something, right? Because like that's the hint, whatever the hint is, and then you have to like flip the 6 paintings in.
So you'd have to, you have to get the important side of the paintings all facing into the.
Yeah, and what is that commonality that they all share that based on the hint?
Well, they're all faces of like inner circle, like people that we can actually make portraits of, and they're all looking one direction at something. Like their eye line in the portrait is all facing the main painting over the fireplace or something.
But I want to get something into like a hint of the psychosis of the Overseer a little bit.
Okay.
So what is that then? Like, what do we want to convey about him?
That's what I was trying to figure out if we were doing like an order, like the process that he's going through with these children is like restriction of information, reliance upon him, and then finally it's their conformity or their behaving the way he wants to.
Like a chronology of control. I think this is a good time to really hammer home the body, mind, soul, because I don't know where else we have it. And I think it's very easy to understand. I think it probably translates well.
We could probably find some things that would go along with that, right? Like, look at what we're doing. We're burning information. You know, we probably find a picture of something where it's like a bunch of books that are being set on fire. You know,
the body is, like hands in shackles, like incarceration almost.
Yeah, I mean, I prefer that it's these are not original paintings, that we're getting classical paintings, because that's going to help with production. I'd also like to have something that is beyond, because like Resident Evil or any game can do switches, but one of our unique things that all of our puzzles I feel like should have is like some kind of integration with network view. If you go into network view, you can see additional stuff in the painting. That becomes more like a memory thing too, right? It's like you can only see a network view, but you can't move around the room, right? It's like you like, oh, I see that the outline of like the body is in this one, right? And then you switch to this one, you're like, oh, I see the outline of this is the soul here, and like, you know what I mean?
Wisely, the politician shows that serving the people is the path to sane obedience. The slothful union man spends more time relaxing beneath the shade tree than the working class heroes keep their heads down and their minds on the tasks that edify and advance the human race. The neighborly policeman gives the children time to settle down, maintaining law and order with rare discipline. The civil engineer takes what is true, regardless of source, and puts it to use for safety and comfort. The lustful poet's vulgar winds blow down the walls of our house, exploding. The state artist seeks only to educate her neighbors against the ordinary, exposing the beauty in truth. The monopolist unifies different industries under the banner of righteous service to promote the common good.
Okay, let's get out of here before she shows up.
Okay, so
I really liked my one where you go into the panic room as like as basically a big hook because it teaches players. If they get stuck, they go into Google and like, oh, they don't feel like it's the game's fault. They felt like it's their fault. I forgot I can go into other rooms.
Yeah, I do like that. So, okay. I like the idea of the pictures are like people looking at, so they're either straight out or they're looking off to the side. And then we create kind of a chain of those. Maybe that's what you're doing, is you're getting them so that everybody is being watched by somebody and watching someone else.
What if you flip them, but we realize that maybe you have to change them so all of them are looking at the overseer, and then they're all looking this painting above the mantle, but until you move it to the overseer, because like it's totally egotistical then.
Yeah, everybody's looking at him. If you didn't hack, that would just be the final thing you have to do.
No, it could be the first thing you do.
But I mean, you would at least have to. In order to complete it, you would have to flip his puzzle so that you saw what they were all looking at.
And maybe like before the overseer, like there's like a quote on the back of the overseer painting, and it's the hint. It's like, all eyes on me or something. Maybe that's too easy.
Yeah, but something about being, vain or self-centered.
It's like the burden of leadership is upon me or something like that. Or,
Yeah, exactly. I like that, because initially you wouldn't even know that that's really him or necessarily that's a painting, because that one doesn't have a painting on the back. It's got the quote.
And I think to make the players feel great about the puzzle, like they initially think, oh, I need to have everybody look at the quote, or maybe it was an eye or something.
Yeah.
But they're like, oh, I got it, and then like, but it's not working. It all makes sense that the only commonality is that they all look in this direction. I'm missing something, and then that's when they change to the
other side, and that's when they see essentially whatever that button is underneath those is on the other side in there, which I think is cool. I just wonder how the overseer gets that flip around.
How what?
How he?
Oh, I don't really care. That's all right. I don't care about that.
Yeah, I'm fine. I like the puzzle. I like the puzzle.
Come out, child. Easy on yourself.
Nicely done. You are one cool customer. Now you have the Omni software update needed to access the library door. I have set a new waypoint to lead you back to the atrium. Before going back to the atrium, I recommend unlocking a few Omni abilities at this terminal.
It's over. You're a rat in a cage. There is no escape.
sorry to see you go.
But I think something related to like eyes and people watching you. I think this idea of like a big dining room, he's the only one in there, but there's all these like, you know, it's creepy, like the idea of like a painting where the eyes follow you sort of thing. You know, and the last painting could be of the overseer or something like that, and his eyes are blurred out, you know.
Well, yeah, I was thinking the same thing, yeah. Like above the mantle is his painting.
The theme is like, who's watching the watchman?
I know, it's like, I can't come up with the final thing that you do. Yeah. Because I want to avoid the panels too. I think it's just you do something and then it opens. But it could be really cool if you go into network view, you find that like one of the paintings has a hidden camera behind it. You go into that one, now you can see other cameras. Like we're basically limiting, like we just filter out the cameras per painting.
Yeah,
so you're kind of traveling around.
See the next one.
You know, but then you eventually get to like the overseer's one and you realize that he can see all of, like his one can see all of them or something like that. It's like very symbolic of like,
yeah, he's watching them all.
You know, but I can't but then what does that do? Like does that open up the it's lacking the final aha.
But is it maybe like then only then does like he's looking out at something maybe across the room and there is a number that if you couldn't scan before, but there's like a number sort of hidden in the real world, but it's there visible, but only after you've
again we're just talking about like we want to avoid the panel thing because players can just Google and say what's the number and they can put it's 19.
I see.
It's like it'd be cool if it's an action that they have to go through the vectional puzzle.
Yeah. I mean, you do want a tricky puzzle, right? But you also, this game is one of those games where like it's easy and straightforward to learn.
Yeah.
I'm good at maybe difficult, but like you don't want a puzzle that just like creates this huge logjam where like everybody was like, I was rocketing through Republic and I got this puzzle.
I totally agree.
It's taking like 10
I think
hours.
our first puzzle should not be too hard. And I think you're onto something with a lot of these.
Okay.
Mr. Treglazov, Vice Admiral Matthews of the Pacific Fleet.
Pacific? You're a long way from home, Admiral.
So are you, if I'm to believe the rumors. First time in Washington, sir?
Hardly. I was told General Karnofsky was heading up this project.
The general retired over the holidays. I'm overseeing now, from a military standpoint at least.
I see.
Apologies if I seem hurried. I have a meeting with the new superintendent of the Naval Academy at 1.
That's in 5 minutes.
Like I said.
Well, it's hardly enough time to pitch my vision.
So I've read over your evaluative study, and we've taken your recommendations into account.
Is this a joke to you?
Excuse me?
Your security, the security of your country, is at stake.
Now you listen here. I dedicate my life to the protection and security of the United States. If you think you have a better approach, we'll entertain it. But do not come in here and make threats.
I made no such...
And try to muscle some wildly expensive cryptographic software through the door.
You can pay today to prevent a catastrophe. Or you'll pay tomorrow to clean it up.
Okay, that's a threat. Right there. You get out of my office. Now. Hey, Dolores. Yes, lock the door behind him. I don't want to see Mr. Treglazov anywhere near this building again. You understand? What the hell? No, I'm here. No, he left something on my desk. No, I don't think we need the bomb squad. It's a pin. It's just like a lapel pin.
Fake passports and foreign currency. The overseer has an escape plan. even if the rest of us do not.
Censorship AI to be updated, expanded. Profanity. An assault on young and old alike. Now that has gone too far. You can have my right to privacy. You can have my booze and caffeine and chocolate. But when you take away my right to curse a blue streak, you leave me with nothing to say. For once, in my job, I am absolutely speechless.
A screwdriver. This should come in handy. It's locked. The screwdriver broke. They won't find me in here.
To peddle your wares. Leaving so soon.
Everything looks good.
Arming pepper spray. Let's see what he's carrying.
Over there.
Good idea. We can recharge here. Pepper spray here. This spot looks good.
Where?
I should be safe here.
Rizrak checking in.
They won't find me in here.
She has to be here. Bring up the threat level.
Going in to pick his pockets. Nice.
Threat level is returning to normal. Clear. In pursuit of 390H.
Help!
Definitely here. Everything looks good.
Good idea. My battery.
To peddle your wares. Sorry to see you go.
Clear.
Such a display of finality is premature, don't you think?
Derringer doesn't think so. Either that kid's long gone or he's a skeleton in a wall somewhere. Either way, leaving his stuff laying around will only be a distraction.
And this is not. You want our wards to focus on the arrival, and not the poison in those manifests.
The boys' side of the commissary.
Checking in.
The door's locked. I can't go any further.
Check in. No sign of the girl. Place is quiet.
I wonder what this mystery room with no camera feed could be. A Zager safe room, perhaps?
Quiet tonight.
Nothing to report.
We'll find a way through.
The girl should be extra careful going forward. Looks like Mireille knows she has escaped from the brig.
What? What is this? Mon Dieu. Banning the children's access to such fundamental literature was not enough. Now he believes these books have been smuggled into the domes. Please let the headmaster know that I shall investigate this, despite his suspicions being not only unwarranted, but mildly insulting.
Madame, do you really want me to tell him that?
All but the last part.
Zager's poisoned manifestos. More fuel for the fire.
I'll take this.
No sign of the girl.
Yeah, like I was talking to Nate, and he's like 15 POI, and I'm like, no.
In this one room? Yeah, there's too much going on, but I think there's some really critical ones.
Yeah.
So it's important to find out the critical ones.
Right.
Make sure that they're getting the proper placement, like camera-wise and stuff like that.
Right.
Like there's like the cork board.
Is Katie working on that right now?
Yeah, there's like a wanted poster for Zager. There's like a ton of emails on all different monitors and stuff. So the good news is like there's not a lot of unique props.
It's just a lot of investigation.
Like a lot of it's on monitors. That's where a lot of the POI are coming from. But again, I think the bad news is like there's 15 playing, which is too damn many.
Can't some of the ones on monitors be moved to other monitors?
I think so. Yeah, we had a meeting yesterday and we started to cut some of them. And then we can't forget. I think so. Katie built like these fingerprint posters on this for this wall.
Yeah.
And there's in
the back, right?
Oh yeah, for the back and like in the processing area. So we need to make sure that they're all on the wall and like players don't. They cannot forget the space. Like it's like fingerprints all over the place, and like when they go to the power station, they need a fingerprint. But they're like, oh yeah, I remember seeing a bunch of these things in this one area.
Are you talking about? Do they glow in network view?
Maybe or maybe not. I'm not sure. I mean, they're just posters. Like
they're just posters.
You'll see it.
I haven't seen it, so I guess
it's a really important point.
Does this area need to be brighter? Because how are you going to see these posters, right?
Maybe.
Well, if they're on the walls, you'll like. How do you see? I mean, we're seeing things right now.
Well, no, I mean, like this right here. If you put a poster on that wall, it's going to be partially red and black or black.
Right, but I thought it was like we're covering all the walls. Like sounded like this area is just covered.
Yeah, I would imagine this space and like back here would also get some.
There's still Z fighting in that corner to the left. Move your camera a little.
There's shadow.
Oh my god. I swear I deleted that thing 8 times.
Thanks. You found me a good spot. They won't find me anymore. Good idea. My battery was getting low.
To your wares. Leaving so soon.
A new taser. They won't find me in here.
Wanted. Well, Derringer and the Overseer got what they wanted. A trophy kill. I'm surprised they didn't drag Zager's body through the facility as a warning to all of the would-be revolutionaries. The box that I keep my video game cartridges in. If I ever get my games back, I'm going to store them in a more secure fashion. As a reminder that Kickstarter is, and will forever be cool, I hang this Shovel Knight poster proudly. Derringer asked me how much money I wasted on this DFA poster. I said it was $10. I lied. Turns out it was $250 on Kickstarter. Worth every penny. The great thing about Kickstarter is that we can bring back classic games from the past. I remember playing the Shadowrun pen and paper game in my parents' basement. It was kinda fun. I hear it's much better when you play with other people.
Cooper, I went looking for you earlier in your little woman cave over there. I shouldn't need to tell you what I found was entirely unacceptable. You were given the added task of overseeing the surveillance monitoring program, because I thought you were man enough to handle the responsibility. However, now that I've been exposed to all that in your office, I'm forced to reevaluate my decision. This is a severe behavioral disorder, Cooper. And in its own way, as screwed up as anything Zager tried to do. I expect you to fix this lapse in judgment before I have to come back with a hammer and a trash bag.
I was given this award for my loyalty to the Prizrak. Ironic, given the current circumstances. They also misspelled my name. Well, when you ask me nicely like that,
When you guys mention TTS, what does it mean? Like when
Text-to-speech.
Yeah,
So that-
I know what it means,
So,
but like
I feel like that's how we
does it
should
mean
break
you
it up.
deliver the audio files?
Yeah, I will deliver the actual audio files.
Okay.
Because when I'm putting them, like, again, for the one-liners, I think anybody could just type those in. But for like the longer paragraphs where
Mhm.
Cooper's talking, if something doesn't make sense, like I can
You
play
need
it
to
back.
change it, okay.
Yeah, and change the way
And
he says
then
it.
once you are done with that, and Ryan needs to listen to them all, right?
Oh, me and anybody who wants to, but I will listen to them and I'll say I didn't actually understand what he said.
Because there's stuff that TTS can straight out not pronounce, and that will not be.
So you need to have him massage it.
Well, I'm just saying, it's like how do you want it to be.
I think you might be right. You have to do it.
Fair
I think. Right? Isn't,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
he's
fine.
right.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? Would you agree?
Yeah, I mean, I just think for most of them, like, I've started to write with, like, knowing, okay, he can't do numbers right, or he can't do this right. And so, like, a lot of the one-liners, I'm pretty confident on most of them.
Okay.
But, like, I feel like we could still generate them all in my absence, and then I could listen to them tomorrow or something like that, and be like, okay, of, like, the 90, like, these 3
Yeah.
had a problem. And I will just go ahead and just make those.
Station 17, this is Madame Prideaux. Concerning that fricale I had interned, 390H. I require more time with this subject prior to her dissection. However, I feel Derringer is bent on challenging my judgment. And after what happened with 933W, I feel compelled to remind you, all children are under my authority. If he attempts to interfere, you will locate me immediately.
Alright, what happened? How do I get back there? Where are you going with me? Where are you going? I hope she's in here. No, she's not there. What's going on?
Arming pepper spray.
Alright.
Equipping taser. Let's go for the steal. Got it.
This is an early prototype for a weapon Derringer insisted we need in Metamorphosis. With Zager dead, I'm not sure who Derringer thinks we're at war with, but he bought 5,000 of these things with money from our annual food budget. Hopefully, they are edible landmines.
This may come in handy.
The girl has found one of the banned books. The Overseer has banned many books inside of Metamorphosis. As the poor librarian upstairs once said, it is better to ban a book than to burn it. Talk about taking lemons and making lemonade. I wonder if there are more books like this one lying around.
Okay, I don't know what I'm doing.
Did we talk about how it's weird that Cooper is telling you about these different things you're scanning? And so when you go into Cooper's office and you scan like his monitor or you scan like his game cartridges or whatever, that he's not in his own office like typing away text-to-speech to you?
Okay, gotta put Cooper in his office sitting there the whole time. That's what you gotta do. That's all you gotta do. Hope can't go in there, obviously.
Yeah, Hope can't go in there. So Cooper's at his desk. Does he need to be at his desk? Like, otherwise this doesn't make sense, right?
Does it make sense to have him by his desk, though?
If he, why not?
Because, for example, again, when all the power station stuff's going down and like the whole place is in red alert, is he just going to be sitting in his office?
Yeah.
I mean,
like,
why not?
Derringer never gave him a call. He doesn't care.
What else should he be doing? If you're the guy that like cleans the hallways at the fire station, there's an alarm, the firemen get in the vehicle, you're just gonna keep working there at the fire station, okay? You're not gonna go with them.
Alright, so he cannot see me or he doesn't care. Alright.
Okay, vent. We need to find a screwdriver.
No use hiding.
Good thinking. I'll hold on to this. They won't find me in here. Good idea. My battery. It's a taser.
Back to battle your wares. Lure Pritzrak away from the trolls. Come back anytime.
Good idea. My battery was getting low. Cassette. Taser in hand. I'll check his pockets.
A screwdriver. These are great for opening vents, but they are flimsy and will often break. Hopefully, there's more than one lying around.
If players want to screw around and see like the try to break our game. It's like have Hope put the tape in. Now you're hearing the playback, and then you send her to like the locker room or whatever. You can see like the guards start spawning in or whatever. You know what I mean? Like the nice thing about the black screen is that you can't send her anywhere.
Right.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think I just want it to be a physical thing so that Hope has some involvement in it.
But we don't want to think about why.
No, I think for the same reason Cooper doesn't take a more hands-on approach for
To the
helping
whole
Hope
thing,
anyway.
yeah,
Yeah,
right.
it's just like, you know, I can work behind the scenes. I'm not even talking to you in my real voice. I'm using text to speech. Like, I don't want to go in there and be caught on a camera pulling the lever.
Yeah.
If Hope's already trying to escape, you know. Where does she
You know,
get this?
that's a good point. It gets me back to the whole thing with the stupid collar. It's like the reason why he's having Hope do all this and why he can't do it is that he's being tracked.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
All those movements, he hasn't done anything out of the ordinary. He's done everything they told him to do, right?
Although he probably should have been like, and while you're at it, hack my collar too.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I like that one Prizrak is sort of, his mind is blown and he's like, I don't know what's going on. And, Cooper's like, yeah.
I don't know.
You can almost hear in the text-to-speech Cooper crossing his arms really smugly, like, yeah, exactly, Prizrak. And then Quinn's like, no, I know what this is. Like, this is somebody tampering in the power room.
And then you hear his mood change.
Yeah, and then Cooper's like, oh.
Might be a good time to have the ... come from Cooper.
Oh yeah.
He's like he's changing. He's not sure.
I'm saying if this is all over black, we have up in the corner. You know how you have Cooper calling the emoticons. We just have an emoticon the entire time, and then we have an emoticon just constantly changing states up in the corner.
It's like biting fingernails. Like, see where he's going with this.
Another broken screwdriver.
What the?
This spot looks good. I should be safe here.
Better raise the threat level.
I owe you my life. What little of it is mine. Now let's get to the librarian. He'll help us. Please, stay with me.
Who is this?
If you're going to kill me, just get it over with.
Shut up! If I actually wanted you dead, I would have given you to Dellinger earlier. Now walk slowly forward, ahead of me, and do not...
They don't save the images. LOL. The Overseer seeks to erase nudity from art, even as his body scanners create these vulgar portraits.
Let's turn around.
Body scanners do not cause cancer. Metamorphosis doctors say fear's unfounded. That's a good strong headline. Go print it before we're told otherwise. Say, which do you think would rile the citizens more? The fact that these machines do indeed cause cancer, or the fact that the naked images they capture are being turned into playing cards for the perverse amusement of the Prizrak?
You are part of something that you cannot understand. There is more going on tonight than these cameras can capture. You took something that belongs to me. You called this interloper and brought them into our Republique. And I will find out why. Look at me. Honest eyes do not hide. Murray Azali Prideaux, July 14th at 0158. Dissection of a precal. Okay. State your name.
Hope.
State your name.
390H.
Very good. Quit shaking. I'm going to ask you some questions in French. I find your English to be too clever. Des mots habiles peuvent camoufler la vérité. Tu sais ce qui arrive quand on ne dit pas la vérité. Qui t'a donné le journal de Zaguerre?
Je ne peux pas vous le dire, madame.
Menteuse! Qui t'a appris cette arrogance? Est-ce que ce traître a un nom? Comment est-ce qu'il t'aide? Qui a piraté notre système? Qui a attaqué nos Prizrak? Qui t'a donné l'ordre d'attaquer nos Prizrak? Je...
Derringer has a server with the nude images of every poor soul who stepped inside that body scanner. Except for Derringer himself, of course.
Murray Azali Prideaux. Dissection of a precal.
Some doors in Metamorphosis require voice recognition data to open. A broken collar. The precal who wore it was also broken by Murray, and that was before the Prizrak got their claws into him.
You're concerned about, okay, you scan this thing, it looks ghetto, because what's the visual? I mean, I guess it's just a tape recorder?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess that's fine.
That's not my concern, it's just the quality of like what that scan on POI is, if it's just Murray Azali Prideaux cut. Like that's lazy. That's super lazy compared to all the other POI. There's no point to it.
Well, you get a data item.
Well, you get the data item, but like it doesn't feel good. You don't feel good about getting that data item. It's not something cool that just happened.
You're comparing it. I think it's pretty
No, but like,
dynamic.
yeah, especially if
You
Cooper,
can use
like,
it later.
if Cooper, like, if you don't feel like as a player this is cool, then maybe Cooper needs to say, you know, I wonder if we can use this somewhere or whatever, because players will have already tried to hack, and they're like, I wish I had her voice, and there it is. It's like, the cool thing is you found the key.
Mm-hmm.
You found the key. It feels great. You love it.
Did you ever see the movie Sneakers? But yeah, there's a whole scene in this where like where like this woman who's like dating Robert Redford goes on this blind date with this guy who works at this top security place, and she does it, and she's like, "Say, what's your name again?" And he says his name, and it's like because they need all this like voice activated stuff, and she's recording it secretly or whatever. Like I feel like it's in that same vein. Like, you're getting her voice that you can use later.
We got an issue. That's an analog tape recorder. How are you pulling your voice feed?
Now we're getting silly because, like, do you understand that we are also scanning cardboard boxes and stuff like that in this game? Are they supposed to be like? Are they? I think pretty sure.
Yeah, but you don't get a
boxes
data
analog.
item from it.
You don't get a data. Yeah, but how are you supposed to scan it in the first place? Like, I think if we go down this path, you're gonna find there's so many items that
No, this one's more of a
scan
stretch.
and network view.
This one's more of a stretch though, because you're giving the player.
I can't believe I'm in another PY meeting.
Scanning.
I don't want to
scanning a tape recorder.
Yes.
Is more of a stretch. Scanning a machine that's got like electronic components is more of a stretch than scanning a cardboard box and getting information out of
Then
it.
why does Zager why the hell does Zager use analog tape recorders then? He's like freaking like paranoid about that stuff. He wouldn't do that.
Yes, but he also does it because like he's like your great uncle who just like he's suspicious of all sort of modern technology. That's why he does it more than anything. Because Zager, up until like 6 months ago, was rocking a mullet and driving a Trans Am, and his best days were like between 1984 and 1987. Okay? That's why. Like, it has nothing, it's paranoia and suspicion, and he's living in the past. Man.
Je ne peux pas vous le dire, madame.
Après tout ce que nous avons fait pour toi,
You watch me.
we look out for you.
You lock me up.
We protect you.
From what?
Yourself. The world beyond those walls is dead. And the ones who killed it would not hesitate to do the same to us. We survive only because they do not know we exist. I pray you have not doomed us all, child. What do they know? What do they know about our Republic? Que savent-ils sur notre République?
Everything. Whatever you do to me, they'll be watching.
You are late. I found a precale here who has lost her way. There was no need for that. This one, I believe, will go quietly.
She'll call you back.
Mm-hmm. What happened exactly? Wait, don't tell me that's it. Where's the rest? What's going on? Okay, let's skip. Okay, this is better. The next episode. What they say on the next episode? Well, the next episode will be next time I play, I think. So for now, at least, I think that's it for this. For this one, it's been a long time. See you on the next one.